Welcome back. Now we open this edition of Cameroon Today with this very important question. Have Washington and Yaoundé entered into a secret agreement on the management of African migrants? The question has raised concerns over the following revelation by the New York Times. According to a recent investigation by the American newspaper, the Trump administration quietly deported 9 African nationals who have reportedly been staying in Cameroon for over a month. And that number is now said to have risen to 15 as the information spreads rapidly. Authorities in both countries have so far remained silent. Linda Bumneke takes up that story.
It is in the Elik Esono neighborhood in Yaoundé 1 subdivision that 9 African migrants deported from the United States are reportedly being held. The revelations were published by the New York Times on Saturday, February 14, 2026. According to the report, the event dates back to January 14, when men and women of various African nationalities were forcibly removed by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and sent to Cameroon. The article notes that 8 of them had previously been granted legal protection in the United States. The migrants are said to be housed in a complex in Elik Esono, described by the American newspaper as a property belonging to the Cameroonian state. They are reportedly expected to leave the facility for eventual repatriation. So far, only 2 individuals have chosen to voluntarily return to their countries of origin, according to their lawyer. While no official source has confirmed the exact number of migrants, several media outlets after the New York Times report that up to 15 nationals from countries including Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, Uganda and Kenya may be involved. As Washington and Yaoundé maintain silence, questions persist over whether the 2 countries have reached an agreement regarding the management of migrants. The American newspaper notes that this would be the first deportations of this kind to Cameroon. Since returning to office, President Donald Trump has pursued a strict immigration policy. A U.S. Senate investigation indicates that more than $40 million have already been paid to third world countries under deportation agreements.
Now we continue to talk health this news hour because, as announced on our headlines, Cameroon has recorded 116 suspected Mpox cases, including 22 confirmed infections between mid-December and early January. The confirmed cases are concentrated in Abo, Cité de Pamer and Deido in the littoral region, as well as Akwaya in the southwest region. In response, health authorities have intensified surveillance, contact tracing and immunity sensitization campaigns while urging the public to strictly observe hygiene and prevention measures. Now, the Minister of Public Health has also announced an imminent vaccination rollout as part of efforts to contain the spread of the virus. Treatments remain free of charge in public health facilities and no deaths have been reported so far. Citizens who are experiencing symptoms are encouraged to immediately call the toll-free numbers 1510 for guidance and early medical intervention. Patricia Ipupa takes up that story. And in more sports news, some 600 athletes are expected to take part in the 31st edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope as Boya gears up to host the Africa's most grueling mountain competitions. With less than 24 hours to kick off, excitement is building around the iconic Race of Hope, which annually draws elite runners and rising talents eager to conquer the slopes of Mount Fako. And this year's lineup features several seasoned champions and fan favorites, setting the stage for intense competition across categories. As preparations enter the final stretch, organizers say logistics and security measures are firmly in place to ensure a successful event. In the following report, Dura Batinga highlights some of the big names to watch and what spectators can expect from this year's showdown in Boya.
Boya prepares to celebrate resilience and persistence with the 2026 Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. The list of 600 runners is screaming of big names, multiple winners, legends and foreign challengers. The senior women's category features accomplished names such as Ngalim Lizette, a 3-time winner with a record fastest time of 5 hours, 9 minutes and 9 seconds. The defending champion will face competition from 5-time winner Tata Karin, not forgetting Ngoya Yvonne, second most successful runner with 7 titles to her name. She would fancy winning this year's edition since her last triumph in 2020. The senior men's category also has some big shots. Contenders including season champion Adamu Issa Buba, and former winners like Godlove Gapsibwin, Eric Mbacha, and Shea Konyo Joseph. Younger talents and previous challengers including Usheni Hassan, 2025 winner. Attention will also focus on legendary figure Sarah Etonge, widely celebrated as the Queen of the Mountain, a 7-time senior women's champion and record holder. Etonge is set to compete in the women's veterans category. Among the 600 runners in this 31st edition includes 22 foreign runners. In it, a strong Kenyan delegation determined to steal the show. The race is expected to kick off at 7 a.m. at the Moliko Omnisport Stadium, with the winners expected to arrive hours later at the stadium on February 21.